Terence Crawford versus Raymundo Beltran. So I just watched this fight, and my prediction was a unanimous decision or KO victory for Terence Crawford. I just thought the guy has a lot of skills. I've been watching him, and his performance versus Gamboa was good. And I didn't see much of Ray Beltran's fights. I knew he was a sparring partner for Manny Pacquiao. I see him in interviews. I liked the guy, and I was kind of ruined. I was going for the guy because I just liked his personality. But other than that, I haven't seen that guy fight that many times I can remember. But anyway, he did get robbed, and he should have had the title that Terence Crawford had. But anyway, I just looked at his record, and I remember seeing glimpses of him fight. I remember, and what I remembered is he's not good at one thing, but he's not he's not extraordinary at one thing. Like, he doesn't have extraordinary power. He doesn't have extraordinary speed. He's not known for one thing. He's just known as a tough guy that just his will and his heart and his drive for boxing keeps him. He keeps him competitive with these guys. So I looked at that. Beltran pretty much he doesn't do anything really great, but he does things really good still. But he's a good fighter. But like I said, Crawford was just, from watching him, I base it off of that being Crawford being so good, and I just didn't think Beltran could beat him. But anyway, I was going for Beltran, and so the fight started off. Crawford pretty much dominated from the first round to the 12th round. I was kind of disappointed because the fight was kind of boring, and it was kind of both guys made it boring, because Crawford made it boring because he was obviously like controlling the distance, being smart. And I think Crawford could have turned it up more and could have went for the knockout more. And he kind of, like, he was controlling it enough that he could have pressed the pace a little bit more. And then Beltran kind of made it boring because he did cut off the ring and he did get in punching range, but he didn't throw any punches. And that's a classic kind of boxer versus kind of aggressor boring fight right there. Because when the aggressor cuts the guy off but he doesn't throw any punches, it's frustrating to watch. But anyway, Beltran probably just wasn't throwing because he was afraid to get countered or something like that. So anyway, Crawford, a good performance by him. It was kind of boring though, and I think he played it too cautious. But anyway, apparently he played it more cautious because he did get hurt from Gamboa, he said, in the previous fight, and he got hit with a lot of shots that shook him, so he wanted to be more cautious this time. And the guy in his southpaw position is really good. He used that for a lot of the fight. So this will be Crawford. Crawford wins this by unanimous decision. Pretty much every round but a couple rounds. And so what do you call it? Crawford will be moving. He successfully defended his lightweight title, and he'll be vacating this title and probably going up to 140. This is his last fight at 135. He said the guy weighed in at almost light middleweight on fight night tonight. So the guy pretty rehydrated, like almost 20 pounds. So anyway, 140, a lot of people talking about, since he's with Top Rank, promoted by Bob Arum too. Pacquiao's promoted by Bob Arum, and Pacquiao's thinking of going back to 140 according to Freddie Roach in his camp, in his team, I mean. And Pacquiao's looked good at 144, so why not go to 140? So talks about that fight happening. To me, Crawford isn't ready yet for Manny Pacquiao, especially since he's a champion at 135 only, and Pacquiao's been a champion at welterweight, destroying way bigger guys and overpowering bigger guys even at welterweight. So for Terence Crawford to go up from 135 and challenge really a guy that's been at welterweight for so long, beating guys that were middleweights, it's going to be very tough for Terence Crawford, especially since Terence Crawford, he showed that his defense isn't that great. His movement's good, and his offense is good. He's very quick, but Manny Pacquiao's going to hit him a lot. Like it showed, because Ray Beltran's way slower than Crawford was, and Ray Beltran still hit him with a lot of shots. Manny Pacquiao's just going to really hit him with a lot and easily win that fight. Still kind of good fight, though. I think it's a good opponent for Manny Pacquiao. But for me, it's too early for Crawford. Not enough experience yet. He needs to go to 140, test the waters. Maybe, know what it would be good if Crawford fights Vargas at 140, and then the winner of Vargas versus Crawford faces Pacquiao. That would be good. But for Crawford to go right at the Pacquiao fight, I don't think that's good. I think that's too early. And anyway, or a Ruslan fight, or a Brandon Rios fight, or a Mike Alvarado fight. Crawford versus any of those fighters would be good. If you can get Al Heyman to surrender some of his fighters up, Crawford versus Danny Garcia, Crawford versus Lucas Matisse, Crawford versus who else? Who else is in the 140 there? Adrian Broner. Any of those guys would be a good fight. So, or Mikey Garcia actually would be a good fight. Crawford versus Mikey Garcia. So there's a lot of good fights out there for Crawford. Him to go for Pacquiao, or for Bob to set him up with Pacquiao, it's way too early for him. He's very skillful, but he still needs more experience. And he still got hit a lot by slow Beltran. And pretty much the key, what made Crawford win this fight easily is just the guy was so much quicker. His punches were just 10 times quicker than Beltran's punches were. And that was pretty much it. Crawford's got very fast hands. So anyway, that's pretty much what won Crawford the fight. You didn't even have to, the guy's skillful, but you didn't even have to go that far. It's just the speed of Crawford was just, it was way faster than Beltran. But plus, Crawford's got good movement, good head movement, and was just a more skillful guy. But anyway, Beltran never quit. He tried until the end, landed big right hands, good left hooks, not wobbled Crawford. Crawford took them well. He's got a good chin, but definitely landed big shots on Crawford. So anyway, Crawford needs to work on his defense a bit more, but everything's looking good. And maybe that's probably why he was cautious, because when he did get hit with those shots, maybe he did kind of say, maybe I shouldn't get more aggressive, because he did at some parts of the fight get aggressive, but then he went back to being really cautious. 3/4 of Crawford's punches were jabs almost. Pretty much 3/4 of his punches were jabs. So really, I thought it was kind of a boring fight, but obviously you can see the skill of Crawford, but I thought it was kind of boring. And I thought he could have got a little more aggressive and went for the knockout. But anyway, maybe because he didn't want to take that chance, right? So anyway, what'd you think of the fight? Let me know. Who do you want to see him fight at 140 once he moves up there? I think pretty much that's what he's aiming for. And for me, I think him versus, what's his name? Vargas. Roy Jones's fighter, Vargas. I think that'd be a good fight. And I'd go with Crawford in that one. So, but yeah, obviously if you could get Al Heyman's fighters, there's so many more possibilities. But Crawford versus Vargas, Crawford versus Ruslan, Crawford versus Brandon Rios, Mike Alvarado, one of those guys. And then if he, like I said, if he can beat one of those guys, then maybe go convincingly go to Manny Pacquiao, or the winner of Vargas versus him, Manny Pacquiao. But for me, Crawford needs more experience before Manny Pacquiao fight. But anyway, guy has potential, big time. He showed it. But I think he could have been more offensive in this fight, and I think he was a little too cautious. But anyway, for me, I liked the Gradovich versus Velez fight way better, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And yeah, so Crawford beats Beltran by unanimous decision and retains his lightweight title. So thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like my videos.